Hello everyone, my name is Chris. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be showing you the remainder of my 2024 Christmas DIYs that didn't quite make it into a video. So with all that being said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and let's continue. DIY number 1. So I got lucky and found this large galvanized wall pocket from my local thrift store, and I thought, well, I definitely want to do something with this for Christmas. And of course, I always buy stuff and think I'm going to keep it myself, but I did end up selling this on one of my whatnot sales. But I've got this transfer from IOD. It was part of their Christmas release 2024, and it's the Yuletide. And I want these birds. These birds are gorgeous. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull those birds off, and I'm going to place those in the center of my wall pocket. And this was a little stubborn to come off. I don't know. I've been having some issues. I don't know if I'm not putting these on and right or what, but I always have issues putting these transfers onto anything metal surface. So I really did have to work pretty hard with it and rub, but that's okay because the end results were absolutely beautiful. So I spent some time just rubbing this transfer on. And the best way I have found is while you're rubbing to pull up at one corner and then just start lifting as you're rubbing. And it seems to come off a lot easier that way. And then you just flip over that transfer sheet and you just rub over the image lightly just to make sure everything is burnished down properly. And then I decided I needed a few more accents, so I just found a couple more pieces out of that transfer book and I went ahead and put those on. This little wreath looked perfect around that little mounting hole. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I've got some bronze Luxe metallic paint from Paint Couture. I'll be sure to list that in my description box. But I'm going to go ahead and this little area where you can place a label inside, I want to go ahead and but bronze it up a bit, if you will. And so I'm just going to go over that. I started with the paint on its own. It wasn't really going on there as thick as I wanted it to. So I started rubbing it off, and I was going to go ahead and apply a white paint, a base paint down, and then apply that paint back over it. But then as I'm wiping, I'm like, well, I like the way this is looking. It's giving it a really, aged look, like it's wearing off, but it still looks very natural. So I decided to go ahead and put a couple more layers on, wipe off until I got the effect that I was looking for. And I succeeded. DIY number 2. All right, so this one isn't really a Christmas decor craft or anything like that, but I thought it would be a pretty gift if you have something like this sitting around the house, a last minute gift, some transfers. But I had finally got my hand on some of these transfer books from IOD in the Perconti booklet. And oh my gosh, I'm so tickled to death I got them. But I am going to go ahead and use this rooster and hen image right here. And I've got some various ribbon. The thing about this ribbon, make sure you guys are checking out the clearance section at like Hobby Lobby, because I got most of this ribbon for like $1 or less. So definitely look for that. But right here, I'm just getting an idea of how low I'm going to want that transfer. I know I'm going to be putting a bow right here. So I'm just kind of looking at it, seeing where I want that transfer. And right there we have it. I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw little lines where when I put this transfer back down, I know where the corners are going to go. That way I've just put it back where I want it. I'm going to lightly sand this board. It had a few little areas like stains and stuff. So just sanding over it took care of that, and I figured it would remove any rough spots. And then I'm just going to place my transfer sheet down and rub. And this was also a pain in the butt on this raw wood. But I wasn't having much success on this one. So I just went ahead and thought, well, let me try this clear matte finish sealer on it. Well, you're trying to think what the heck it's called. I went ahead and put some sealer down, dried that off to see if this would come off any better. It seemed to have worked a little bit better. So I think the trick with using any kind of sealer before you put down this is to use a matte one. I think glossy one would have made it a little difficult, but it did help, and it did make it go a little quicker. And because I wanted it a little more distressed, I just took a very fine grit piece of sandpaper and went lightly over that image. These images come off very easily. So like I said, just do this step lightly. And I know this is a pizza paddle, but you could do this on a cutting board, would be gorgeous. So, you know, just giving you some ideas. But I went ahead and took some ribbon, and then I've got this, I don't know what it's called, like a meshy looking kind of wood feel ribbon. I don't know. I picked it up, I believe, at Hobby Lobby, and I decided I wanted that incorporated in with my ribbon. So I just had to figure out a way to lay it down. And the best thing I could do was just to cross it over on itself. And then I'll just take my ribbon and I'll go ahead and just do a simple little ribbon. And then I'm just going to take that piece of meshy type of ribbon and I'm going to bunch them up together. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tie them off with a piece of jute twine. And then we're just going to do a little trim. And then I do put that same matte polyacrylic on to seal this entire piece. DIY number 3. I picked these snowballs up at the Dollar Tree. I've also got a empty bottle of salsa verde that I just cleaned up, and then I've also got some buttons. Now this project was supposed to be in one of my 5 under 5 videos. However, I didn't think it was cute enough, but my mother swears up and down it is adorable, so I'm going to put it in here and share with you guys. I think it could be a little better, but you guys be the judge of it. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of those snowballs, and I am just going to glue my buttons on, and I'm just going to make a little snowman face. And I've got an orange button for the nose. And then I'm going to take that snowball head and glue it to another snowball. And then I will glue that to the other snowball, making him a little 3-ball snowman. Next, I've just got this scarf that I've had for what seems like a couple of years from the Dollar Tree. And I just cut a little strip of it off, and I'm going to go ahead and tie that around his neck as his scarf. And then once I figure out how to place it, I'm going to figure out, I thought I was going to put, the 3 little buttons down the front, but then I thought, no, I'm just going to go ahead and make this simple because I've got to shove this thing in that jar. So I'm going to just put a little button on the front of his scarf. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and take some fairy lights. And I got these fairy lights in a pack from Amazon. It's definitely, if you go through a lot of fairy lights or you use a lot of fairy lights, do a lot of crafting, that is definitely the way to go. But I'm just going to go ahead and wrap my fairy lights around this snowman. And then very carefully, I am going to go ahead and put him inside that bottle. When I put him inside that bottle, I do have to push these spots where his buttons and stuff are in to make sure I don't knock them off of there. And then I'm just going to kind of shove my fingers in there, grab something to shove in there like my pen, and fix his scarf. Now you definitely want to make sure you leave the on-off switch of the fairy lights outside of the bottle. And I do have to kind of re-glue a couple little pieces, no big deal. And then I had all of this excess fairy lights, and when I turned the light on to see how it looked in there, I didn't think it was enough lights. So I took the snowman back out, and I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and shove these fairy lights in the jar first. And I go ahead and put the majority of those fairy lights all the way in until I get enough to go ahead and wrap the remainder of it around the snowman. And I'm just going to let you watch what I do here. It's just going to be easier for you to look than me try to explain it. Okay, so next I've got some greenery and some berries, and I believe I picked all this up from Walmart, possibly even Hobby Lobby, because that's where I got the majority of my Christmas stuff, was at both those places. And I'm just going to shove some pieces in there. I'm going to go ahead and finish wrapping those fairy lights in the greenery. Now you can also put a hat. I had contemplated on putting like a little snowman hat on the top, but I thought the floral just gave it a little something extra, especially with those red berries in there. But you guys will have to let me know what you think. Would you have done this, or would you have done a hat? DIY number 4. Okay, for this one I have some spindles, and I picked these up like this. I did not remove them off of any furniture myself. We just happened to have a salvage shop that has a lot of wood pieces. So I've got these 3 pieces here, and I'm just trying to get an idea how they're going to look right. And I've also got this little round wood piece that come off of one of those bottle brush Christmas trees, and I decided I'm going to go ahead and glue that to this one right here. And I'm just going to use some wood glue. And then I've got some paint. I am using the DIY brand paint for this project. I've got the color Monet's Garden, the color Marquee. I believe I also have vintage linen. And I also use melted chocolate to kind of stain. I watered it down to stain that raw piece of wood that we put on the one spindle. But I'm going to go ahead and start by, with a makeup sponge, and dabbing the Marquee onto one of the spindles. 2 of the spindles. I'm actually going to start by putting the red down first on all 3 spindles. And in between coats, I do go ahead and use my heat gun because I am impatient. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a clean makeup sponge and the Monet's Garden, and I'm going to start dabbing that on all 3 of the spindles. And then once I get that all dry, I'm just kind of observing them, thinking I'm not sure how this is going. I'm not sure if I'm liking this. I had envisioned in my head just Christmas colors. And, well, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I just don't like it. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some vintage linen. And I am going to use a clean makeup sponge and dab that color on, just in various places. Now, I in the end, I love the way it turned out. I did end up selling these. I decided to put this on one of my whatnot shows and see if it sold. And, you know, I wasn't expecting it to, but I could not believe this was one of my highest selling items on that show. People were bidding like crazy on it. I could not believe it. I was so proud that these went for such a good price. I think they ended up selling all 3 of them for $20. And then after I get that vintage linen on there, I'm like, well, that's just way too much white. So I will then go back over it with the red and green colors just in areas until I'm happy. That's all I can tell you on a project like this, is just work until you're happy. And here's a close-up of what I've got so far. I thought it looked a little splotchy in places. So the way to fix that is I'm going to go ahead and take some sandpaper, and I'm just going to go over these with that sandpaper. And that's just going to help. It'll just help get rid of any harsh lines and blend it together better. And I don't guess I got it recorded or I erased it somewhere, but I did add a little bit of gold gilding wax in certain spots as well. And after I do that, this is what I've got, and I think that's looking pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead, and I believe this was after I put a sealer on it, and I just use DIY clear wax. Oh, this is where I show you that I did go ahead and add a little bit of gold gilding wax. Now I've got these bottle brush Christmas trees. These are the ones that came in the box that I had picked up from Amazon. And I am going to remove the little wooden pieces. And I'm telling you, I've got so many of them little wooden pieces. But that's okay. They're in my scrap pile, and I'm sure I will find uses for them, which I have in different projects. But I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to drill a little pilot hole and put those Christmas trees in there. DIY number 5. Okay, so I've got these, they're about 3.5 inches tall candlesticks, and I do believe they're pewter, but I have tried several times to sell these on my whatnot auctions, and they're just not going. So I thought I would go ahead and take this Christmas season and I would spruce them up. So I'm going to go ahead and first start by taking some floral foam, and I am going to just shove them in the little holes at the top. And I'm not going to use any glue. That way, if whoever buys these wants to take those trees out, then it's going to be fairly easy to do so. They'll just have to scrape it out of there, but there won't be any glue to deal with. And then I'm just going to take these bottle brush trees that I had picked up from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to remove those little wooden pieces at the bottom, per usual. And then I am going to have to trim that little metal stem down just a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my wire cutters to do that. If you don't have any wire cutters, get you some wire cutters because these things come in handy. These are actually my husband's. Shh, don't tell him, even though he does watch my videos, but he's probably giving me the little evil eye right now. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to put those trees right in that foam, just using a little bit of hot glue. That way they're nice and secure inside the foam. And then I've just got these little mini bows I picked up at Hobby Lobby. They're the red velvet, and I am just going to put those on the front, and this project will be complete. And hey guys, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. And I will see you back on the 29th of December, where I will be in a collab with my good friend Kendra from Late Night Creations. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate you becoming part of my DIY family. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Go ahead and feel free to share to your friends and family. And I love you guys. Bye-bye.